Warning, the following is entirely satirical and should not be taken as truth or fact. Styles Rebel Radio and the Rebel Podcast do not own any copyrighted material that may be included in this broadcast. Viewer discretion is advised.
Cook me something else, boneless style.
Suspend the show right now.
You're gonna zipline directly into the harpoon?
Yeah,
What do you know about planes?
I know a lot about planes.
Buckle in, dude. It's gonna suck.
Put your hand on the screen.
How did they find out? Who was the one?
This show has gotten infinitely more gay.
The mystical land of New Jersey.
I don't understand how the laws in this country work anymore. I'm just saying, man, I blew up something yesterday I definitely shouldn't have blown up. Welcome back to the Rebel Radio Show, live, uncut, and uncensored on WSRR Radio. We're saving the underground music scene. My right, Shani.
Hey, everyone.
On the board is Jules.
Howdy.
I'm Radio's Rebel DJ Style. You can join us anywhere you go with the free Live 365 app, or you can go to WSRRradio.com. Of course, it's our homepage. The text line's open the entire show and 24/7, 216-859-8699. 24/7 wasn't part of that number.
You know,
No. But 365, also not part of that number.
No, yeah, 216-859-8699.
Yeah.
I never remembered that number, and now the only way I do is when you guys did it and Shane only said 86. Because it was like, it was, Style said 216-859, and then you went 86, and then you went 99.
I do remember that. Yeah, okay, now I do remember that.
Guys, what's going on with boneless chicken? What's going on with chicken and their bones?
I want to clarify.
Do chicken have bones or not? All right, I'm very confused coming into this recording session.
Show me a boneless chicken.
Yeah.
Show me one boneless chicken.
Show
and
me
then
a
tell me
wiggly-
this is natural.
Show me a wiggly chicken, no bones in it at all.
This is the future of farming right here. We talk about fucking the meme of, is this a ham? Was it produced? What's the other word I'm looking for?
Ham produced?
That's the
Is
not
this
produced.
pizza boneless?
Not is this pizza boneless. But, what's the other word for produced?
You telling me chicken fried this rice?
Shrimp fried this rice, actually.
Whoever did it.
Processed is the word I'm looking for. The fucking meme of, is this ham processed? And it's the dude going on a monologue about, this is an 8x8-inch cube of ham with no bones, dyed pink. You think this came naturally from an animal? I want to go to a farm now because they make like genetically modified pigs for
GMOs,
bacon.
baby.
They make GMO pigs for
Yeah,
bacon because
yeah.
they're fatter.
Fat big piggies,
Yeah.
actually.
And like, I'm assuming they do the same thing for chicken, but I don't think they've made them boneless.
No, dude. They do that with any kind of animal that we consume.
Oranges?
It's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they really pump up those oranges. They really...
I pump up the jam.
Bump it
Ooh.
up.
Wow.
No, okay, so boneless chicken wings, right? That's where we're at.
Yeah.
We all
guess.
brought this story today.
Yeah, it's a 3 for 3.
Ethan sent me this story.
That's a 4 for
specifically.
4. Oh my god.
Fuck, dude.
Are we at Wendy's?
One more, we'll have a biggie bag.
Hey, oh.
Not sponsored by Wendy's, but we'd like to be. They
yeah.
have boneless wings, right? Well,
They
chicken
have-
nuggets.
They have boneless chicken nuggets, and they have...
I hate bone-in chicken nuggets, let me tell you.
They have...
Those fuckers ain't worth it.
They have boneless saucy nuggets.
Yeah, they
now.
do. It's so wings. So
I
boneless
haven't
wings.
tried them, and I don't think I will.
The reason I was sent this, well,
Yeah.
you were sent it too in the same message,
Yes.
was we've had an argument in Discord before. Me, you, my brother Ethan, and the Pidge
Mhm.
have gone back and forth on our boneless wings. And he is very much like, he was shattered that I ate boneless wings for some reason. I'm like, yeah, I prefer boneless wings because they're not messy. You can eat them with a fork down the
Yeah.
gullet. And he was fucking shattered that I ate boneless wings for some reason.
It was a cataclysmic event in that
It was
Discord
canon.
call.
It was, nothing's
was
been the
canon.
same since.
Yeah, no, that was our Thanos.
A lot of beers have been drank since.
That was our Thanos snap for sure.
But because of that, we were sent the story, and now Ohio, the Supreme Court of Ohio.
Yeah.
Shout out fucking Ohio.
This is, I know Ohio itself, the word is a meme. We'll get more into that in the next segment.
Don't even skibidi on my Riz right now, dude.
But you're the Glizzler. as what you
Whoa.
are.
All right.
Ohio Supreme Court, in the most meme case of the century, has ruled that boneless wings do not dictate that the bones will be removed from the wings.
Yeah. Boneless wings do not have to be bone free. What the tit fuck?
Isn't
Are you
that
kidding
just,
me?
like, false advertisement?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
Well,
so
that's...
tell me how the story started. Go ahead.
So this man, unsure of his name, I don't have it.
Michael Berkheimer.
Yeah. He
Swear to God, Berkheimer.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Berkheimer.
Well,
Berkheimer?
he
Berkheimer?
went to
Berkheimer?
eat some wings.
Michael Sorry.
He went to eat some wings,
Yeah.
and
Boneless wings.
Boneless.
He ordered boneless wings, and
Under the guise that there would be
No bones.
bones.
no bones.
No bones about it.
fully consumable.
Oh.
That's what they need to title them. Fully consumable
Oh,
wings.
yeah, partially consumable wings. Oh no.
FCW, fully
Yeah,
consumable.
baby.
I'm not talking about Florida Championship Wrestling. I'm talking about fully consumable wings,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah,
So he was under the assumption that his boneless wings were fully consumable,
of course.
and then fully consumed them.
Yes,
A
as one does.
couple days later, he was unable to keep food down. He was vomiting. He went to the ER, and
Bad
he
wings.
found out that he had cut open his esophagus with a chicken bone.
You know how confused you'd be?
Can I? This excerpt really.
Go ahead.
The court on Thursday ruled that, quote, boneless wings refers to the cooking style and is not to be taken literally. The 4-3 ruling was peppered.
4-3.
The 4-3 ruling was peppered with dissent. One judge calling the majority opinion, quote, utter jabberwocky.
It is. I
A
agree.
court judge in this ruling, which he is valid in his.
Yeah, no, this is utter jabberwocky.
This is utter jabberwocky that boneless wings is only referred to as. When you told me that, I can't wrap my brain around the fact that that is the truth.
So, okay, my issue with this, because I understand the whole consensus is, well, it's not boneless in the sense that there's no bones. That's the first of all. What does that mean? Cooking style? You're not removing the bones.
Yeah, right.
You buy them frozen.
How do you
Is it-
get any? How do I get a bone? How
So-
do I get a boneless wing style pizza?
I don't know, Shane.
That's what I'm saying though. That's what they refer. That's what they mean though. It's
Can
like
I
this
have-
wing is cooked boneless wing style.
Right? No, that's exactly what it implies. Is boneless pizza is a thing now.
Right.
Can
You
I
can
have
make it that way.
bone-in wings cooked boneless style?
Ooh. Oh my goodness, I don't know.
Probably
Does-
not.
I
is it
don't
like
know.
the skin?
Yeah.
Because
What
they
is?
do have different
I think it.
textures.
I think almost it would have to refer to the content, like the substance of what is in the meat, what the meat is.
It
If
is
it's-
bones?
boneless meat
It is boneless meat, right? But that's
that
but
may
then-
contain bones.
But then I wonder if it's still the court ruling that it's not to be taken literally. Like it has in
The-
writing that it's not to be taken literally.
this whole law is literally just so people don't get sued for false advertising.
100%.
That's the only reason it exists.
It's
Let's be
saving.
clear.
It's saving like restaurants
Yeah.
and businesses who might get sued for having accidental wing scrappings in their and accidental
Yeah.
bone scrappings in their boneless wings.
I
Which-
mean, there
let's-
was a whole thing with Taco Bell like 4 or 5 years ago where there were
I have found bones in
Bones.
my Taco Bell.
yeah.
Let
there
me
were
just say that
chicken
right now.
bones
I have found fucking bones in my Taco Bell.
in
Right.
the shredded chicken.
Right.
It's gross.
It's yeah.
I didn't sue him. I should have, but it's gross.
No, but that is the kind of thing of like now under this ruling, shit like that is protected
Yeah.
by law. Like you would lose even if you did go to sue, you would lose.
And that's the thing is, I'm totally on this dude's side. Like, he had every right to sue. He should have won this case.
Right.
He ordered boneless wings. And not only was there a bone, it physically injured him. Like, at the very least, I'd be suing for my fucking medical expenses.
Yeah.
You
And
know-
the fact that he lost this because four out of 7 judges said, nah, it's just a style of cooking. Cook me something else, boneless style.
Cook me something else boneless. No, specifically quote boneless wing style. Boneless wing, not just boneless, but boneless wing.
Next time you go to the Olive Garden,
ask for your pasta boneless wing style.
boneless wing style fettuccine, baby.
What the fuck?
Next time I'm at the movie theater, 2 bowls of soup, boneless wing style.
Yeah.
Fucking give it to
Yeah.
me. Let me see how it's prepped.
Yep. Let me see the boneless wing style freaking cabbage.
The fact that I don't know how this was let go here. Like, this is the extent of the fucking justification is, it's a style of cooking, and it was left at that. And elaborate the style of cooking then.
Yeah, and I
That's
wonder.
not an excuse.
So I wonder if the literal quoting of it in the ruling is to not be taken literally, because
Ooh.
that is a very interesting.
Yeah.
That means that it's just a figurative term of, well, it looks like a boneless wing, and the public knows what a boneless wing should look
Yeah.
like. So when you see this presented to you this way,
It seems like
It's
they're
a-
arguing the wrong point.
yeah,
I
100%.
feel like every false advertisement claim can now be ruled not to be taken literally.
Right.
Well, because my thought process, if and I think you're right, that's how the court was
The wording
looking at
it,
this, yeah. Because in that case, they'd be like, "Oh well, the Impossible Whopper isn't actually impossible,
It's
guys.
possible.
It's right here.
It's
We're
possible.
looking at it.
Yeah.
The burger joint down the street that has the largest burger in the world isn't actually the largest. It's not
Right.
literal.
Right.
That's how they're looking at it. When they should be looking at the fact that I ordered boneless wings and there was a bone in it.
This initially took place in 2016. That is
Is that 8 years?
fucking sane.
Is that 8 years?
8
this took
years
to get a
ago.
ruling on?
8 years ago,
8 years ago, this
This-
man ate a boneless wing.
and just now, this year today, around a week ago, he's getting told to fuck off. That's
Also-
so insane.
This guy's definitely in the right. I don't think he's in the wrong by any means. However,
yeah.
very interesting. It took him like 2 days to realize that he ate a bone in his boneless wings and
Yeah.
cut his throat.
Yeah, it took a day or two, and he was like,
Like, you didn't swallow that and go,
my
"Ooh."
throat feels fine. Yeah, right. You would think if you're chewing it properly, if you're chewing it
Yeah,
not
he
like
must have
a...
been inhaling those wings.
Swallowed it whole.
Yeah.
Fully consumable.
Yeah.
Does it say where he was eating these at? Because I'm really hoping it's not like a Quaker steak.
Sued Wings on Brookwood is what it's called. Wings on Brookwood.
Well, I've never been to Brookwood.
Yeah, neither have I. I've never been to Brookwood. I'm assuming that's the city.
I'm assuming they sell wings.
Yeah. Hamilton, Ohio is where the
okay.
place was.
So southeast.
Yeah.
Here's the issue. This should have been a lawsuit on the fucking establishment.
Yes.
This place still
And that's how it should have ended. They should have been sued for
It still
quality
exists?
control.
You just looked it up. It still exists.
Well, yeah,
still
they won the
exists.
fucking lawsuit. Why wouldn't they exist?
That's so crazy. Yeah, no. Good
well,
point.
you would think since they've been
Are
spending
there reviews
8
in the
years-
gut? Look at the reviews. I wonder if
Yeah.
people are review bombing. them.
Ordered boneless wings, came fully boned.
Thoroughly boned.
4.5 stars.
Let me tell you something, Shane. I've used the term thoroughly boned a few times. Never been about my wings.
Oh man. Unfortunately, that may be the case now. If you were to go to what is it?
Wings on Beechwood, Birkwood,
Brookwood.
Wings on Brookwood.
Rings of Saturn.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Wings on Brookwood. That's so fucked.
It should have been a quality control issue.
It's crazy that it took 8 years. It's crazy that
Well, because you'd think if they were buying quality product, that wouldn't happen.
yeah, right. There needs to be a quality check done on the produce.
Yeah.
Or on like the
Produce too.
not the
Winged or boned celery is an issue,
whoever the person is who is buying the foods,
Yeah.
like the raw materials.
or the distributor.
Yeah, or the distributor, like they need to change distributors, or they need to have that person who's checking the foods or like buying the foods from the distributors fired. I
Because
don't
in an
know.
alternate timeline, the wing place could have turned around and sued the distributor and said, "Well, why the fuck are you selling us boneless wings with bones in
yeah,
them?"
right. This could have been a thing where
I feel like that's the more logical way to do this.
yeah.
Not redefine what boneless wing means.
There were a couple
That's
of
so
warnings
crazy.
in the reviews about boneless wings.
Were there?
Because apparently
Because of this story.
the Supreme Court said that the on the menu they don't have to warn you that the boneless wings may have bones.
May have bone. That's so fucking insane.
I would have just assumed that was the only caveat of the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Would have been like, okay, put a disclaimer on there that not to be taken literally. Boneless wings may contain bone. That was like the bare minimum I thought was going to come out of this, and we don't even get that.
That's so.
It
This
was
is
just like you have
so
to use your common
crazy.
sense to assume that something this is boneless is going to have bones.
That's so crazy. And I wonder like how many counties stretching out into Ohio this applies to and shit. Like is this the
If I go to
entire
Applebee's,
state of Ohio? Yeah. Is this the
It
entire
is,
state?
yeah. It's the Ohio Supreme Court.
Oh my fucking god. 4-3 ruling? Yeah, that's utter jabberwocky, you dumb
Imagine
pieces
you're
of
coming
shit.
from out of state. Imagine you're coming
Ah.
from out of state. You're from Michigan. You're coming to see an Ohio State game or something like that.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, let's get some wings after the game. And you go down to your local
Wings on Brookside.
wings on Brookside, and you
Brookwood.
get some
Brookwood.
Brook Park, and you get some
Whatever.
boneless wings, and they're fully boned. And you from out of town are going, why do these boneless wings have bones in them? And they're just like, read the sign, pal.
Yeah. Imagine like
there is no sign.
waving down your waitress or waiter or whatever and being like, hey, just so you know, like I got a boneless wing that had bone in it, and
They're just like, so?
yeah, they scoff. They're like, huh, what? So?
And?
What's the point? They scoff at you. What's the point, dude? Why do you even? So it's a big deal, man. Yeah, they're called boneless wings. What did you expect,
What do you
dude?
think? You think wings don't have bones in them?
Come on, man. Have you ever seen a chicken? Look at the fucking wings.
That's really what the argument came down to
Oh my
in like
god.
the judge's corner in
Yeah.
their chambers. They're like, guys, have you ever seen a chicken without bones? Use your fucking head.
Use your brain a little bit, guys. Chicken has to have bone.
Is that what dictates a chicken?
It has
It's not,
bones.
if it doesn't have bones, it can't be a chicken.
Yeah, I guess so. According to fucking
They're gonna be screwed when we invent
Ohio
boneless
Supreme
chickens.
Court.
216-859-8699 if you want your bone in.
I'm Jeff Stritch. I don't know Shane. I never met Shane. He's not on air right now. I'm on air. But you can catch Shane when he's off air because he's actually on air doing his show off air weekdays at 3 p.m. right here on WSRRradio.com.
Did you know that your old drafty windows can cost you anywhere between $100 and $600 a year? If you're in Northern Ohio, you need to give J.D. Miller at Clearview Windows a call. A small, local business that takes pride in its craftsmanship, Clearview Windows provides exceptional customer service and attention to detail that can increase your home's value with more energy-efficient windows and doors at a fair price. But don't just take my word for it. Google Clearview Windows by J.D. Miller and check out the reviews from satisfied customers. So give them a call at 330-521-0965. That's 330-521-0965. Clearview Windows, where quality is more than just words on a sign.
Lose all your money trading Asian beads on the black market? StylesRebelRadio.com.
I got the solution.
Figured it out?
I got the bridge that's gonna gap the bone-in people and the boneless people.
Ah, okay. What is it?
Marrow wings.
Oh,
No bone. Just
the-
marrow in
Just
it.
the marrow. It's
Yeah.
chicken, and then there's
Marrow inside, yeah.
liquid
What if-
on the inside, so
Yeah.
it's a wiggly wing.
Yeah.
What if it's made
Whoa.
with bone broth?
Whoa. We're
But then you
getting-
gotta like boil it in the broth, right? You gotta.
This is getting a little too skibidi for my toilet, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Doesn't fucking know. Guys, I'm scared. So Skibidi toilet. We did a whole fucking.
What the fuck?
Guys,
I can't believe that we're talking about this
Skibidi toilet.
unironically. Like, we're talking about this.
Let's backtrack real quick,
Yeah.
because like
Yeah, let's give some context
Yeah.
to what's going on.
give some context of what's going on. Skibidi toilet. Anyway,
The Rizzler's here, you know.
like 4 or 5 months ago, we did an entire segment on the fact that we don't understand any of the fucking Gen Z A slang.
terminology used.
Gyat Rizzler, Skibidi
Yeah.
toilet, Ohio,
Yeah.
Phantom tax.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't understand why Ohio's just
Dude,
like
Ohio's a meme.
Phantom just did something. He just
I
did.
still have never seen this man.
He's done. He lives with Kai Cenat.
what?
Yeah, he
Who?
lives with Kai Cenat, big streamer. But he just did like an advertisement for something big. I think streamers are just surprising. I'm very surprised at how popular streamers are now.
Yeah, no,
They're
that's
they're
weird.
very much in the main like A-list tier of Hollywood and or not.
Yeah,
A-list,
they're
but,
going
you know,
to like the Met Galas and like stuff
Yeah.
like
there's
that.
a streamer who did an advertisement for the new Fortnite Reload.
There's
like,
the fucking dude who was at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I don't know what his name is.
Uh,
Not Logan Paul.
Speed.
Speed.
Yes, he's from Ohio.
It's something else, right? Something speed.
I show Speed.
I show speed.
Yeah,
You show speed.
we all show Speed around here.
Skibbity, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Skibbity. No, but we did a fucking show like 4 months ago about not understanding slang, and here Michael Bay is.
Fully
Understanding.
understanding.
Fully getting the
He's
fucking.
in the
he
know.
gets the joke.
Dude's
He's hip
locked
with
in.
The kid. He has watched every episode of Skibidi Toilet.
Is it a
It's
series?
It's a YouTube series. So
I thought, okay,
Mhm.
I thought Skibbity Toilet was literally like this image of the Gmod guy head coming out of the toilet. I thought that is what Skibbity Toilet is.
no, it is like
No.
it is like an ASDF style YouTube series. Using Gmod, like using the
Yeah,
Gmod
engine.
engine, and it is just serialized nothingness.
That does make more sense than to me.
It's off the wall, you know, a dude's head coming out of the toilet is the main character.
Yeah.
And so I think the joke really like kicked off when people started memeing on like, oh man, the lore in this is so intricate. And if you look back at Skibidi Toilet season 2, episode 16, you'll notice that this is a callback to shit like that, is like treating it like the MCU or something like that.
It's just shit posting.
Right. I think that's where the meme really like took its form and how big it got and how people use it in day-to-day slang now.
I know I do.
But that's the lore, I guess, on Skibidi Toilet. And now Michael Bay is making a movie about it.
How?
Yeah.
And so he announced this, and it's not only a movie, but a TV series as well. He's in talks for both.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so he randomly announced this on like some show, and then everyone's like, okay, funny joke. And he's like, no, I'm in talks with the major studios.
I'm in talk with MGM Studios right now
about not only a feature-length film, but a series for TV.
It's not like that is, in my eyes, in the way that I view the world as 24 years old, sometimes online, sometimes chronically online, sometimes not. I think that is the most tone-deaf decision that you could make as a director. I think that you have no idea what's going on with what kids who are actually watching Skibidi Toilet want. I don't know. Maybe it'll be popular. Maybe I'm gonna eat my words in a year. But
it reminds me, there's a video on like Instagram and shit that's going around of someone who took Steely Dan's "Reelin' in the Years" and replaced all the lyrics with Gen Z slang. So it's something about Yacht and Rizzler and all that shit.
Right.
But the top comment on it is always, I don't think you understand. Nobody who listens to Steely Dan knows what any of these words are, and nobody who knows what any of these words are knows who Steely Dan is.
These two communities aren't ever going to overlap, and if they do, it's a very niche subgroup. It's a super niche subgroup.
It's the Rebel Radio Show.
Yeah, buddy.
Mondays at 5.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I just think that this is not going to...
What do I got to do to get a cameo in Skibidi Toilet the movie?
Dude. Yeah.
Can't be that hard, right?
You gotta
Give
be
us
the
a
Rizzler.
fuck Superman. Let's get a cameo in Skibidi Toilet movie.
This guy has no idea what the fuck he wants for casting. Why not?
I'll be Skibidi. I'll be the Rizzler.
I'll be the toilet.
I don't fucking care.
I mean,
don't care.
Ohio's a meme. They could just cast people from Ohio.
We're in
cast
Ohio.
me as Ohio.
I will be, I will be Ohio.
If you fucking messaged Michael Bay, if you got his personal number, which I have,
Yes.
and you message him and you're like, listen, dude, I'll be the Rizzler. He would have no idea what any of that means and be like, all right, if you're interested in the role, let's do
talk.
it. He's like, clearly this is a vital role in Skibidi Toilet, the movie.
Imagine the improv you could do as the Rizzler.
Dude.
I'm the Rizzler.
Dude,
Stick out your Giat for me.
I'm in the Michael Bay movie.
Let me let you know a little secret.
Yeah.
I improv as the Rizzler every Monday at 5.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. I just can't. I feel like this is something where in 6 months we're going to talk about how. Remember when that was supposed to be a movie and they canned it?
Yeah.
Because it's just, there's no way that this gets off the ground. There's no way. If there are other movies,
it will be something.
If they canceled Chris Farley's Shrek, there's God in hell. No, I will not do Skibidi Toilet. I can't stand this.
I can't believe we got Skibidi Toilet, the movie, before GTA 6.
Yeah, dude. I can't stand this.
I think it'll happen. Something will. I don't know if we're getting feature length film, Michael Bay Transformers CGI explosion.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're getting all that for Skibidi Toilet the movie, but I think something will come out of this.
Maybe
even
like
if it's
a film festival film.
Even if
something.
it's like 3 episodes as a season on HBO Max produced by Michael Bay, I think we're going to get Skibidi Toilet something.
It's crazy that there's even terminology of the Skibidi IP to TV or film.
Yeah.
The fact that you can say, oh, the Skibidi IP.
Someone's making money off this currently.
Right.
Enough that Michael Bay is interested.
Well, dude, like imagine, I mean, did ASDF or like Epic Rap Battles or anything like that ever get this like I don't think anything ever got this popular.
Yeah,
where it even got like a TV. I'm trying to think of like an old meme that got a TV show or something.
The only thing that I can
like Fred. I don't fucking know.
Fred. That might be the closest.
Fred got like a TV show and movies. And
I was
shit.
gonna say Cyanide and Happiness had a show for a little bit that got canceled.
Cyanide and him, and then they had like a.
They have a board game.
I was gonna say a board game, a card game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Annoying Orange like
It did have a show. You're right.
Okay, so maybe
I forgot that was a fucking thing.
Maybe we're just old. Maybe we're
Yeah.
just old and damn. What the fuck? Regardless, I don't think that Skibidi
So it
Toilet
will-
being directed by Michael Bay is a good idea.
Well, okay, hang on, because that brings up another interesting point. When Annoying Orange and Fred and shit like that got shows, Smosh had a show and a movie.
Yeah,
Yes,
Smosh.
that's true. Smosh had a movie. It was in theaters.
Nobody asked for that.
Right.
And the community that liked those properties at the time, us,
Yeah, that was
we didn't want that.
that was marketed towards people like us,
Yeah.
and we didn't go see the Smosh movie.
No one asked for the Smosh movie. No one asked for Annoying Orange the show. And
It's
like
so
it
strange.
didn't hype any of us up of like, oh shit, now I can watch it on TV.
Yeah.
It's not what happened because we
Yeah.
kept watching it on YouTube where it was
Right.
at.
Right.
So like I feel like Michael Bay blocked that part of like the rest
Right.
of us, blocked that part of history out of his memory. Is like, no one's ever done this.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
it's gonna go. I think this will get off the ground, and I think it's gonna go the exact same way. Where in 5 years, everybody will have forgotten about this,
See, here's something too.
and they'll have some weird cameo in it. They'll have like Ryan Gosling in the Skibidi Toilet
yeah,
movie,
right.
and it'll be John Cena in the Fred movie because that's
Right.
all anyone remembers from that.
To me, this is
Yeah.
adjacent to like I think about how the Angry Birds game got those movies,
I fucking forgot
Oh,
about
yeah.
those
and the
too.
movies were like
With Smosh in them.
super. Well, the movies
weren't bad.
the movies weren't bad, and they were successful. So much so that they got like a sequel, and
Yeah,
there might
a
be
show,
There's
they
now
did a
games
series.
based on the movie.
right games based on the movie that is
Like
based
the-
on the game.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, like it's. I guess I don't realize how much.
That happens.
Well, it's now even. Let's take another step back. It's interesting to think about if you want to look at it through that lens, like how much of media today really just is regurgitated stuff from
Internet culture.
yeah.
internet culture 15 years ago, 20
Yeah.
years ago.
Well, all
Super
the movies are
interesting.
the same.
Yeah.
My bad. My voice just
Oh, hey.
decided to quit.
Eh.
All the movies are the same. There's no new movie ideas. It's
Yeah.
just the.
Do you think we're gatekeeping internet culture?
No.
Well,
I think that
so-
internet culture is just really hard. I think it's really hard to capture anywhere else.
Well,
besides
the only
internet.
reason I say that is because like obviously there's still creators doing shit, but
Right.
for us, like that peak YouTube era was like Ray William Johnson, Smosh, Annoying Orange, all that kind of shit.
Sure.
To the point where
Jenna Marbles.
we're nostalgic for that.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where major media companies are bringing that stuff back, like Ray William Johnson's back, and Your Favorite Martian's back, and Epic Rap Battles are back. Like all this stuff is Smosh is back. All this stuff is
Yeah.
returning and marketed to us now.
Yeah.
Like by major companies or
Right,
our
right.
major names again.
Right.
Like, do you think that we are playing a part in why Skibidi Toilet isn't going to get off the ground?
No, I don't think so because I think that
Well,
the
there's a lot of dumb
generation.
youth.
I think the generation before us is, believe it or not, a lot louder than us on the internet
That's fair.
specifically.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
so they're only going to be looking at the internet because for feedback and reviews because that's where they know their main audience, target demo is going to be at is on the Instagrams and the TikToks and the X's. And so I feel like it will probably, like you're probably actually right that it will get off the ground and something will come of this.
I think so.
It's just weird that
I don't think it'll be successful.
No, I don't think it'll be successful at all. I think it'll get canceled
Maybe.
a season in, if not before.
well, if it's a movie, dude, if it's like a big name movie,
That's what I'm saying, man. I don't think it's going to be a movie.
could be. I don't know. This is crazy.
I don't know. Back to streamers real quick. I heard Mr. Beast has an opening. 216-859-8699 if you want to text in.
Everybody, this is the Pidge, and I'm here to tell you that I hate everything that you send me, but I love it at the same time because holy shit. That's all I gotta say to that. If you guys don't know me, I'm the Pidge, and I'm one of the members of the Styles Rebel Radio page. You probably won't hear me as much on the Rebel podcast because I'm away in Arizona, but every month I come out with the show. Submit your stuff into the Styles Rebel Radio Discord page under the Pigeonhole section, and it will be featured on the next show. Unless there's racial slurs. See ya.
The Artificial Intelligence Podcast is the only show written, voiced, and scored entirely by AI. All episodes are available now on StylesRebelRadio.com.
Hey, Style here to remind you that StylesRebelRadio.com is a group of free content creators, and because of that, you may have noticed that we don't do a lot of ad spots between our breaks, and that's intentional. We're not here to shill out to off-brand cereal or promote crappy mobile games. We strive to give you quality, professional content without the repetitive marketing. That being said, if you like what we do and want to support the shows, you can always click the link in the Spotify description to help support us for as little as 99 cents a month. Now back to the broadcast.
So there's a new Joker movie coming out.
Oh yeah, it's got that girl from Fortnite. I've heard.
First of all, I'm that girl from Fortnite.
Whoa,
Second
you're
of
right.
all,
I'm sorry.
it's got the first lady in it, Lady Gaga.
Yeah. Rum-ma-ma-ma, rum-ma-ma. Doesn't she say that?
She says
Yeah.
it sometimes.
Carina. Poker face, poker face. Ma. I love that. I love when she does Fortnite things.
So we're gonna talk about DC for a while now.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Joker movie.
DC did get a new logo
They
reveal.
did. It's basically
Very
the old
cool.
logo.
It is, and I like it a lot. It
Yeah,
looks
it's
good.
nice. Nice. They are going back to that super 60s campy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess more specifically, we'll be talking about two things. Deadpool and Wolverine.
Hang on, real quick. Deadpool spoilers.
Deadpool spoilers.
Anyone listening live? Deadpool spoilers.
gonna
If you're listening in
spoil Deadpool.
podcast, you should have seen it already.
Yeah, we're gonna spoil Deadpool. Just so you know, don't skip it. Just
But you
keep
can't skip it
listening.
if it's live already.
Yeah, we're gonna spoil it for you. So
And if you're listening in podcast, this is the third segment, so you can't really skip either.
enjoy. But we're gonna be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, and then I want to talk about just kind of the overall Comic-Con was this past weekend, and Marvel had
Big announcement.
A showing.
they had a showing. They were at Hall H. That's their like famous. They go to Hall H and they announce a bunch of big stuff.
God,
so-
I would love to rent out Hall H while Marvel's in town, like before them.
Yeah,
It'd
yeah.
be such a good bit.
Dude, they weren't. Well, that's the reason that this was, again, that I want to specifically talk about all of Comic-Con and them being at Hall H. They weren't at Hall H the last 2 years. They
Oh,
skipped-
really?
Yeah, they skipped out. And normally that is like you go to Marvel Comic-Con Hall H and you're going to see something huge. And that's where
Yeah.
the timelines have, or that's where Kevin Feige has done like the
next 6 years of Marvel, yeah.
He's done that at Comic-Con Hall H every year. And so
that's
that's
cool.
been like,
Yeah.
but that they skipped out the last 2 years. So this was a big deal, kind of like bigger than normal deal. And they announced some pretty fucking crazy, utterly jabberwocky stuff.
So where do you want to start with the MCU?
I think we start with Deadpool and Wolverine just because it's technically first.
Yeah.
And then the other stuff is after.
Yeah.
So we saw Deadpool. Well, I saw Deadpool and Wolverine, and you guys saw
Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine. And now we've all collectively seen it. It was really good. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of fun fan service cameos. I thought it was good. The biggest thing that because you texted me before you saw
Yeah.
it, and you were like something about the implications that this will have on the MCU, and I was like, actually, it
Didn't do much.
didn't do much for the MCU. There's like one scene in the beginning where he's talking to someone like not even super high up and in Marvel, and
Mhm.
it's supposed to take place before Infinity War.
Yeah.
Is what I saw. It was like 2018, so like before Infinity War, he's trying to like join the Avengers.
Yeah.
And Happy Hogan's like, get the fuck out of here, fuck
Yeah.
you. And that's the only scene that takes place in the MCU. Other than that, it's completely outside in like either in the Void or in the Fox
The Fox dimension.
Yeah, with 10-0555, or I don't remember.
It's
what
10 something, yeah.
I don't remember. But it was really good.
But not the main timeline.
Not the main timeline. A lot of TVA stuff, and
Yeah.
that was cool. And like, even I thought you brought it up on break, the Deadpool going like, is that from Loki season 1 episode 5?
Yeah.
That shit was so
Yeah.
funny because that's totally Deadpool, and that's also like what everyone's thinking. You know,
Right.
we're all like, oh my god, that's alive from. And if you've seen,
the Loki series.
right,
and
if you've seen the
everything.
Loki series, and yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, this is sick.
So, okay, real quick, because I'm just putting these two together in my head.
Mhm.
Logan,
Yes.
the one where Wolverine dies,
Yes.
that is a Fox property, yeah?
That
Or
is
was a Fox property.
Was. Yes.
So, in that in mind,
Yes.
Deadpool, his timeline,
Yes.
all three movies exists in that Fox universe.
Yes.
Because Dead Logan is part of Deadpool's universe. It gives you the plot to the story of why it's
Right.
getting destroyed.
Correct.
So Deadpool canonically existed in that Logan X-Men timeline.
Correct.
Which is very confusing of a timeline because there's like different X-Men and some of it's canon and some isn't, and Hugh Jackman's
Yeah.
always there. But that aside, the only thing really coming out of it, like you said, that has changed is because they're all back in that initial timeline. They're not in
Yeah.
the main timeline. They're
Yeah.
still in the Fox Deadpool timeline.
Yeah.
But it seems like we're gonna have a canon Deadpool because they allude to him being in the MCU the whole movie,
Right.
and we're gonna have a canon Wolverine even if he makes a cameo appearance, it seems like these are going to be the Deadpool and Wolverine going into the MCU going forward.
Till he's 90.
They
Till
made
he's
them
90.
they made them roommates at the end. I think specifically, my headcanon is that so an incursion is when two universes come together, and it's like visually it looks like the two Earths are about to explode because the Earth is like the focal point.
Mhm.
So if an incursion is happening, it's two Earths coming together, and that's the plot of Secret Wars. There's a bunch of incursions, and then there's only one planet left, and all the crazy superheroes have to come together and fight. Battleworld, right? My early headcanon theory for that specifically is that it's gonna be that world with Deadpool and Wolverine, and it's gonna be the main line MCU coming together, and that's how we get them coming over onto like Battleworld and shit.
That makes sense.
It's gonna be those two Earths coming together.
It's only gonna happen once it's begun.
Right. It's once those two worlds start to like have that incursion, they're gonna like hop over, kind of like a pirate going from one ship to another.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah, but that's like a good. That's a good
no,
way
it
to-
is.
It's a good way to describe it. But yeah, I think that's how
I like that.
I think that's how you explain it going forward with like Secret Wars, and how Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool and Wolverine specifically, get over to the main line. I think is something along those lines.
Well, shit. Okay, that also plays, and this is just a side caveat here. That also plays for guys that we were talking about off air, not the show. That comes out this Tuesday. It also works for characters like Cable, who is not technically MCU. He's in Deadpool's universe.
Yeah, right.
We have guys like Colossus, who I fucking love, and I just want him in the next canon X-Men.
Right.
He's already there.
Give me that shiny guy.
Wolverine's there. Deadpool's there.
Right.
All right, they're all there.
Yeah.
Put them in the X-Men.
Yeah.
Teenage Negasonic Warhead.
Yeah, all right, they're all fucking there. Make the X-Men. But all of those characters and IPs can then join mainline MCU. This is the canon primary timeline version.
It's kind of like they have that in their pocket now,
Yeah.
and they're just waiting to pull that card.
Yeah.
You know?
This was probably the biggest like setup movie where nothing actually impacted anything in the main timeline,
Right.
but we have options.
Yeah, right. It's like you can see it come. You can see where it's going to go
Yeah.
down the line. You can see how this is going to affect
Yeah.
that, and how that will lead to whatever. Yeah. Gambit was really cool. I enjoyed Channing Tatum's Gambit.
Yeah.
He was supposed to have a movie that came out around like 2014, which would have been like X-Men Age of Apocalypse and shit like that. So he was supposed to have a mainline Fox X-Men movie.
It was supposed to be when they were doing the origins.
Yeah.
Because it was going to be Wolverine, then Gambit,
Yeah.
then someone else. Yeah.
And they canned it. But like Channing Tatum was super gung-ho. They took a cast picture, and Channing Tatum wasn't in it, but then they like photoshopped him into it wearing a Gambit shirt.
Mhm.
And you could just tell that he really wanted to be that character.
The fans wanted it.
Right, the fans wanted it, and then it got canned, and the Fox universe kind of like fiddled into nothing.
Yeah.
And then Disney bought them and shit. So he was in limbo for a long time, and I really like that they played that as like he was like, I think I was born in the void or whatever.
He existed as a thought in the void.
Right,
essentially,
because he never had he never showed up anywhere.
In some alternate timeline,
Right.
as people, he might have been Gambit.
Right.
Yeah, we saw Elektra return from the Fox universe.
Elektra was cool. Wesley Snipes' Blade was
Fucking,
cool.
I popped big for Blade.
Yeah,
I
that was
popped
really cool.
The biggest for Elektra. So, side note, Style and I were driving to the movie theater, haven't heard anything about the
Right.
movie yet, and we had a side conversation literally about the old Elektra and Daredevil movies.
Yeah.
And we get there, and one of my favorite superheroes, Elektra, is in this freaking movie, and I'm like, yes!
Yeah. Yeah. It was super cool seeing all the...
And of course, we finally got fan service Chris Evans, Johnny Storm again.
Yeah, that was a really cool fake out. That was something I was...
Because it would have worked both ways.
I had a couple things. I was really trying hard this time not to get leaked and not to get
I
spoiled.
had nothing leaked.
Yeah,
Dude,
no,
I
me
got
neither.
spoiled pretty hard. I got
The
spoiled
only thing I knew was Ladypool.
I got spoiled about that, and I got spoiled. I opened Reddit, and like, of course, I follow
Never.
the leaks and subreddit, or the leaks and rumors subreddit. And one of the first things when I opened up Reddit was like that money shot of Wolverine and Deadpool when they come out of the bus together and it's slow mo.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool, this is great. Super excited to see this in like 6 hours. But I still had a great time with it. I thought it was a really good movie overall. It was fun, and that's just kind of I think what we needed is like a fun
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about
This movie was basically entirely fan service.
right, entirely fan service, but it was still fun, and like even I think it was approachable to people who haven't. You don't have to see.
Sure.
I hadn't seen any of those X-Men movies in years,
Sure.
and even when I had seen them, it was bits and pieces, and I just know famous scenes.
We got
and
old school Juggernauts.
Right.
Shitty Juggernaut.
We got a bunch of old school villains.
Yeah.
Pyro
Yep.
apparently was in
Pyro was there.
old movies, and there was like the lizard or the guy with the tongue. He
Mhm.
was in. Yeah, all those villains were like from the old X-Men movies, and I thought that shit was really cool too. If it's like if you know, you know. If
Yeah.
you don't, you're not affected by it. You know.
The video they played during the credits was just like backstage scenes of old Fox
with
productions.
Good Riddance, with Green Day,
Yeah.
Good Riddance. That was so good.
So like the whole movie was two things. It was fan service and it was a send off to the Fox line, the Fox universe,
Yeah.
which was nice because we talk about Marvel IP specifically a lot and Sony a lot too,
Right.
and they don't always play well with each other.
Right.
And it kind of seemed for a long time that it was the same way with Fox.
Yeah.
So it's nice that they're acknowledging,
Like,
you know,
hey, they
all
made
of the, like there's no bad blood between the
Right,
Fox
right.
production or the actors or things like that. Like actors that have never or probably never will be in the MCU going forward are shown in there.
Right.
You know,
right.
we had both versions of Mystique in there. We had, you know,
It's a great homage to the fact that they were making
Yes.
Marvel
Yeah.
movies regardless. They still made Marvel
Right.
movies, and we still need to acknowledge that
right.
that's a part of our history too. I
wanna
thought
say-
it was good.
I want to say one more thing before we
Mhm.
move off Deadpool because I know we're getting pressed for time
Right.
already. The only thing that bothered me,
Mm-hmm.
other than no Loki's in the void, which I get, you
Yeah.
know, you don't want to cut Tom
Yeah.
Hiddleston a check. It's fine.
Right.
The only thing that bothered me is when we got the Deadpool core. They are Deadpools from all over different universes, right? We got Headpool, we got Ladypool,
No Spider Pool.
we got Whalepool,
Yeah.
Whalespool. But we didn't have an X-Men variant of Deadpool, which is a thing.
Yeah. With the
blue
yeah,
suit.
Yeah.
We also didn't get Black Suit Deadpool. Like those are two variants that
Right.
exist.
Right.
And
I
they
thought that
weren't
they
in
could have.
there.
I thought that they could have done
No
more
Ravenpool?
with- Yeah. Ravenpool would have been sick.
I was looking
any,
for him.
any of the Fortnite
Yeah.
pools would have been so cool. Cuddle pool would have been so cool. Yeah.
But yeah, I was looking for Deadpool variants, and they had a couple.
Right. But then a
like,
lot of them seemed just like regular Deadpools.
Yeah.
A lot of them just looked like
Which
regular people in Deadpool suits.
does
Which is
make sense.
right.
But you know, it would have been nice to have comic ones in there
Yes,
too.
yes,
More
I agree.
comic ones.
Speaking of comics, let's talk about Comic Con. This past weekend was Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And they announced some pretty starting from like most boring to most cool would be like they showed off Thunderbolts stuff, and that is
Nobody's still excited about Thunderbolts. It's crazy.
Right. That's essentially like
Filler.
Suicide Squad, but for Marvel,
Yeah.
and it'll be cool. And like, there's an asterisk it's Thunderbolts with an asterisk, and people think that the asterisk is going to be Dark Avengers once it comes out. They're going
That's cool.
asterisk in front, Dark
Yeah.
Avengers.
Oh, okay.
Which would be cool, and like that's kind of fun to have because it's supposed to be. They're sent out on a mission and they
Right.
fail, but then when they come back to the States, the government wants to use them
Yeah.
as like a suicide
Government organization. Yeah.
right, like a suicides or like an Avengers, like
Yeah.
a team. So that'll be cool. And then Fantastic Four, that was
Oh.
Yep.
sick. I was very excited for Fantastic Four. I might be forgetting one other thing if I move on to the next big thing.
Let's
But-
move on to the big thing.
And then Robert Downey Jr. coming back as not Tony Stark,
No.
but as
Victor Von Doom.
This is
Victor Von Doom.
The best casting they could have done because
Everyone's mad about it.
There's so many variants within the actual comics.
Hang on, real quick. Let's clarify. He's not a variant.
He's Victor Von Doom.
He's Victor Von
I'm
Doom.
just
He's not
saying,
Tony Stark.
there-
He's not,
Right.
you know,
There
Right.
are variants
any of the Iron
of-
Man Dooms.
There are variants of Victor Von Doom that are Tony Stark.
You're just I understand what you're saying. Like because multiverse, it works and it's
Right,
cool.
right.
I get that, and I totally agree. Because when the answer is because multiverse, they came from the void. Because this, because
Yeah.
it's a super simple write off and explanation that we can all kind of like. Yeah, that's cool. Like okay, it's just a random. They can do anything, and like the what if comic
Yeah.
is that's very cool, and I think that they could do something like that. I think that.
I feel like
they've-
that will be the origin story because then we get a new Avengers where our Spider-Man sees Tony Stark's face as Victor Von Doom.
Right.
and
Right.
So
That
okay,
would be
let's
crazy.
take it from there real quick because we'll do problem solution because I know each
Mhm.
of us have a theory. You
Sure.
kind of did most of yours already.
Yeah. Sorry, I was
but-
excited.
So that's the big problem that a lot of people have with this casting is that
Mhm.
oh, well, he's not Tony Stark, and it's not going to be played as Tony Stark, but they're obviously going to have the issue of people are going to see his face, and
Right.
it's going to be stupid if they act like that's not Tony Stark and they
Right.
don't recognize him. That's the issue that people are having, mainly. Also, my phone's going off and playing the show.
Hey,
But
that's okay. A little bit of me.
A little bit more Shane in there.
Yeah.
But that's the big issue people are having, is that you can't play this as he's not Tony Stark and expect all of the other canon universe people to not recognize his face. That's essentially the issue.
Yeah.
You have a big theory. I'm going to let you finish with that because I'm sure it's a lot more detailed than mine. My theory is simply this.
You're gonna let him finish and then go into yours, or
What's that?
you said I'm gonna let you finish yours?
No, I'm going to let
he
you
said-
finish the show.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
with
I'm
gotcha.
going out. I'm
Yeah,
going
yeah.
out.
Okay.
He's gonna be the big ending.
I thought you
for it.
meant go first, and then you were just like, and my theory is this.
No. Here's my theory for the whole Tony Stark thing. I think that, and it's a very, very minute poll that I'm using for this, so I don't think it'll work. But here's how I would book this.
Mm-hmm.
In No Way Home,
Mm-hmm.
we saw Willem Dafoe from the Sony universe
The Gobster.
come into the MCU universe, Tom Holland's universe,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a very, very minute line in there that is my whole basis for this.
Sure.
He's talking when he's at Feast. He's talking. Is it Feast?
I don't know.
The charity organization that May works at.
Sure.
He's talking with May, and he says, I tried to go home. My home doesn't exist. Oscorp doesn't exist here. My son doesn't exist here.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is literally going to be that scenario. We are seeing he's Victor Von Doom in
Mhm.
this, but it's very much a case of
It's Tony
he's
Stark's
Victor Von
universe.
Doom because Stark Industries doesn't exist. Tony Stark, the person, doesn't exist. So Iron Man doesn't exist in this universe.
Right.
He is born Victor Von Doom some way or another.
I like that.
And it's the same person, quote unquote, but Stark has never existed in his timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So he is Victor Von Doom.
I like that, but I don't think that's.
No, I don't think that's
think-
it at all,
Yeah.
but
I think that this is such a batshit crazy casting that I think anything is on the table,
Sure.
and none of us have any idea what we're just pissing in the wind our ideas, and like it's fun to talk. That this
Yeah.
is the fun of it, but it's like this is such a crazy casting with the implications that we know that there's no way that I heard someone say, so at the end of when he announced this, Kevin Feige said, so is there any questions? And then he walked off.
that's awesome.
Because they know.
Nobody knows what's going on.
Nobody knows, but they do. We
Yeah.
have to put
Yeah.
the faith in, like, they must have a really sick ass idea
Right.
if they're willing to actually go through with this, and we just kind of have to trust the process.
Well, Shane,
I-
what is that idea since you're in the writer's room?
I think that it's a really simple, really easy theory. We have referred to the MCU as Earth 616 in the movies before, but then anywhere else you see the MCU referred to as, it's Earth 109999.
Mhm.
That's Into the Spider-Verse. That's
Mhm.
any comic that it's
Sure.
ever been referred to. I think that we in the MCU think that we are the 616, but in reality we're just an abstract Earth and I think also in our mainline MCU, we think we have the sacred timeline and we think we have it perfect, but in every other reality, Victor Von Doom looks like Robert Downey Jr., and we just have a whack brain variant of Victor Von Doom.
We have the variant.
We have the variant that just happened to be Iron Man and happened to be a good guy and happened to look like Robert Downey Jr. And so then when the multiverse is introduced and they're all Victor Von Doom from across, or they're all Robert Downey,
Jr. Yeah.
we're going to be like, oh,
We're the oddball.
that's going
yeah.
to be the twist, is that we were the
I like
odd
that a lot.
we were the odd man out, and it's only revealed when it's like, oh, wait a minute, whoa, your Tony Stark looks like that,
Yeah.
or like a good Victor Von
Okay.
Doom is like, whoa,
Ooh.
that's what your Tony Stark looked like, who died years ago, because obviously Secret Wars and Doomsday taking place when they take place, Tony Stark will have already been dead,
Right.
Yeah.
so they might not get the chance to encounter
Interact. Yeah.
until later, and then it's revealed like, wait a minute, that is art. That's what he's your Iron Man, because for us that's Doom. you
So
know?
okay, I like that a lot. I think that's probably the most plausible. And I'll say this: I don't think even it necessarily could have been directly, but if they do take this route, I think there's a seed planted in Deadpool then, because to my knowledge, this would be the first time that something like that has happened, where they saw Chris Evans and they went, "Oh, that's Captain America."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was Johnny Storm.
Right.
Because same guy,
the switcheroo.
actor, but
Right.
different universe.
It's
oh no,
more
that's
of a
Johnny
thing.
Storm.
You're not tricking anyone in universe. You're just tricking the audience
Yeah.
specifically, because the audience is the only one that can thoroughly make that connection between Johnny Storm
And Deadpool.
and Deadpool and Captain America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're the only ones that
Yeah.
understand that context of, oh, he's both, or maybe people who like live in the void
Sure,
or something
sure.
like that, you know?
Yeah, because Deadpool literally was like, "Oh, that's Cap."
I mean,
Right.
he is our voice, right? Because he's breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the
Literally,
game.
literally. Yeah, I think and I think like we'll get, you know, Deadpool and Wolverine in Secret Wars, and I think we'll get Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire interacting with each other, and I think all that shit will come to fruition. I just am so, the more I've been stewing on Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, I just don't know. I think the MCU is already, baseline what you're watching now
Yeah.
can already kind of be confusing for audiences. Throwing someone who's never seen an MCU movie into Multiverse of Madness,
Jake's mind isn't going to work anymore.
right, Jake's mind isn't going to work anymore. Like, I think that this is just a little bit, I think about like, you know, if I were to see a silhouette of one of you guys
Mhm.
and how you move and shit like that, if you were walking or picking something, I would
Pimp
know.
walk, Gene.
I would know that it's you. I would know,
Yeah.
like, just based on your mannerisms. I think that it will be too confusing for audiences, even if he's just wearing a mask and you only see his eyes behind the metal
Yeah.
face. I think it'll still be a little, and like they can vocode his voice all they want.
Which is a big thing that I'm seeing a lot of people defending it, saying, "Oh, well, he's going to be Doom has to be behind the mask the whole time. You know, they're not going
Right.
to show his face." Guys, we've talked about this. They're hiring Robert Downey Jr. to play him. We're gonna see Robert Downey Jr.
We're gonna see Robert Downey Jr. And that's the thing. Like,
You don't hire someone if you're not going to use that person's face.
he can play. No, I agree. We're gonna see his face, but like, it's just such a crazy casting to me. They have to have a really good idea, or this is gonna be super confusing and be like the end.
We
you
got
know?
1 minute, real quick. I think that also lends credence if they go down that route to reusing Kang as someone else.
Yeah,
Oh,
And I
yeah.
think if we got the fucking little wink and nod during Deadpool that there's only one blade and it's
Right.
Wesley Snipes,
right.
maybe we can use Mahershala Ali as Kang
Yeah.
in this correct universe.
That would be cool.
216-859-8699. Let me know your Marvel booking theories. Of course, we're live every Monday right here on WSRR Radio, saving the underground music scene, the Rebel Radio Show. 5 p.m. every Monday turns into the Rebel Podcast every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, all major platforms. Spotify, Google, TuneIn, YouTube, Amazon, Anchor, iHeart. What's the one with the P?
Tune
No, that starts with the T.
Peacock.
Not Peacock.
in. Ooh.
Pandora.
There you
Anywhere
go.
you get podcasts,
Popcorn.
you get the Rebel Podcast. 10 p.m., 10 a.m. Eastern every Wednesday. Holy shit. Tell them about off air.
It's my show, and you can listen to it on WSRR Radio.
You can also get all of our other shows, schedule showtimes and more, WSRRradio.com. Of course, the homepage for live radio. That's WSRR Radio. Did you get that part yet?
Oh, yeah.
You should have got that part by now. You can also join the Discord server and chat with us there. I think I'm going to open up a Marvel discussion and theory
Dude.
tab in the Discord
Yeah.
server.
Do it.
So look forward to that if you're in that fan
Can we
base.
get a law advice?
No, we can't actually.
Yeah.
Legally, we can't. Anyway, 216-859-8699. You know the schedule, showtimes, and more. I've been Radio's Rebel DJ Styles, and we're right, Shinny.
Bye, bro.
On the board is Jules.
Adios.
Don't commit crimes.
Till I think it's over.